Hamas is responsible for killing families and brutalizing individuals, kidnapping innocent citizens without any distinction or mercy. This horror against innocent men, women, the elderly, children, girls, babies, persons with disabilities, is more than words can describe and more than the soul can bear. It is important for us to make it clear. Israel is in a war against a terror organization called Hamas. Condemn Hamas. My name is Mor, and I'm Israel's youth delegate. I would like to start this statement with sharing a piece of my personal story. Between 2018 and 2021, I lived in the Kerem Shalom kibbutz, one of many Israeli communities in vicinity of Gaza Strip. The definition of Kerem Shalom in Hebrew means Garden of Peace, and my purpose in living there was to help the kibbutz build a diverse and unique community, notwithstanding the security challenges Israel is facing in that area. My bedroom was in a bomb shelter. This was due to the very short distance from Gaza, which only enabled the citizens of that community a few seconds to find a cover when sirens went off in a situation of indiscriminate rocket shelling from Gaza. This has been the situation for many of these communities for the past 18 years, since Israel disengaged from the Gaza Strip. And yet, I chose to live in this amazing place, with this amazing community, despite the danger, because life continues. And I believe life should not be dictated by terror. This is what also guided most of the people living there. They chose life, not terror. But on October 7th, while celebrating the Jewish holiday of Sukkot, terror chose them with a message of hate and fear. This warm community, I once called home, suffered a heinous attack, as did other neighboring communities. The terrorists of Hamas came with arms, guns, grenades, purposely killing and wounding families, and abducting over 200 Israelis. Hamas is responsible for killing families and brutalizing individuals, kidnapping innocent citizens without any distinction or mercy, without any single shred of humanity. This horror against innocent men, women, the elderly, children, girls, babies, persons with disabilities, is more than words can describe and more than the soul can bear. This year, we mark the 30th anniversary of the Vienna Declaration and Program of Action. Section 17 on the declaration states, quote, "The acts, methods, and practices of terrorism in all its forms are activities aimed at the destruction of human rights, fundamental freedoms and democracy, threatening territorial integrity, security of states, and destabilizing legitimately constituted governments." End quote. It is important for us to make it clear. Israel is in a war against a terror organization called Hamas. Not citizens, not individuals. Hamas is holding 200 kidnapped persons, many of them in need of medical treatment and medication. They are being held there with their most basic rights denied, in absolute contradiction to international law, and in a manner that places their lives in extreme danger. Noya, a 13-year-old girl with autism, is one of the kidnapped Israeli citizens taken by Hamas. 11 days have passed since she was abducted, and we have no information about her situation. Are her basic needs met? Are her human rights protected? Section 17 in the Vienna Declaration continues by saying, quote, "The international community should take the necessary step to enhance cooperation to prevent and combat terrorism," end quote. Honorable Chair, I ask the global community to help us against terrorism. The only message that should come out right now is a clear and unequivocal condemnation of a terrorist organization, Hamas, a demand for the immediate release of all Israeli hostages held in Gaza, and a strong support to Israel's rights to defend its citizens. Anything else rather than that plays to the hands of Hamas and harms the fight against terrorism. Any act of politicization, using disinformation and refinement of the acts by Hamas, distance any sort of resolution of this situation. You cannot comprehend the magnitudes of this situation sitting comfortably in this room. You cannot try to digest the ruthless inhumanity. You cannot comprehend the devastation, the brutality, the testimonies of survivors of rape, of children teared from the arms of their mothers, of entire families slaughtered and gone. What you can do is not tolerate it. What you should do is condemn terror, unequivocally. Condemn Hamas, a genocidal jihadist terror organization, and stand with the right of peace, seeking democracies defending their civilians. Israel is at the forefront of the war on terror.